Thanks for the opportunity to talk about my wonderful friend, Ray. Bill had called me and told me what happened and kept me informed through the last hours or so of his life. And on Friday afternoon last week, a friend of mine had called me to express her condolences and to ensure that I knew what had happened because I was out of state at the time. And she said, "I'm so sorry because I know you cared so much for him." And I said to her, and I realized at that moment that I said, "I am going to miss him so very much. I really loved that old man." And then it dawned on me that I called him an old man. Oh my God, he would have taken me to the grave with him. What do you do? And I cried. It's just been an awful few days, and I'm going to miss my friend so very much. And Bill has been gracious enough to hand me what I wrote on Facebook because I don't know what else to tell you folks. But how gracious for Bill to have put this together for us to be able to remember our friend. How many wakes or funerals have you been to that you can actually do what we're doing tonight and celebrate Ray's life? I'm going to miss him so much. Anyway, I don't have a story to talk about with Ray because there were so very many of them. One of them being, and I was talking to Unali about this earlier, who cannot hear as well, that Ray heard with his eyes. If he could not see you, he could not hear you. So Bill installed lights on his boat so that Ray could hear you at night. It was a wonderful thing. Wonderful. How often do we use that word? It was wonderful. And all those of you who say, and I was listening to Christian when he had said his little thing on the video, that he had this unique laugh. That was not a laugh. That laugh was, "I don't understand what you just said to me. I have no idea what you said. Ha ha, okay." And those of us who knew him, right? Those of us who knew him then could say, "Oh, okay, let me repeat that, okay? Look at me. Can you see me? Okay, all right." I loved him great, so much. He was a dear friend. He loved you and he loved yours very much. He loved Bill and his family. I know he loved his family in Illinois, but he worried about Bill and Billy and JoJo and everyone in Bill's family. They were so very dear to him, and this is so wonderful. Sorry. Wonderful for you to do this, okay? Okay, wonderful. It's an adjective. It means great, marvelous. Okay, the garlic bread was wonderful. This is a man who loved to eat. Okay, he loved to eat. The whole meal was wonderful. That's right, wonderful. It's of a sort of thing that arouses wonder, amazing, astonishing. Look at Rose's wonderful new haircut. Okay? Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. And this, I think you can remember for who Ray was. He lived in the moment. He lived with us. He wanted to be in the thick of things. He wanted to be with his friends at all times and know what was happening and being part of it. And I think that's very important to remember about him. I can't begin to express how much joy and wisdom and laughter and fun and gossip and tears and sorrow and late nights I have shared with my friend Ray and all of you, many of you. 3 o'clock in the morning, Ray with dirty limericks. If you weren't there, you have to be able to be up at 3:30 in the morning to be able to see these things or understand that. How enthralled I've been by his good nature and humor, and how moved I have been by his genuine caring and sensitivity to those who surround him. He was a gentleman, a gentleman. Well, aside from the limerick thing, anyway. And that's only if, again, you're awake at 3 a.m. and at Lakeside. Okay? His stories of his youth. I don't know how many of you were able to share some of the stories of his youth, of his being a young man and growing up and being around the stars and starlets and leading men of yesterday. And the stories he would tell and the gossip and who they really were was amazing. It was amazing. He adored show business. He would keep my attention for hours, and I cherish his sharing those stories with me, and I'm sure that those of you he shared stories with also do cherish those things. Yet, there were so many tales, and I will hold on and remember them always. I'm going to miss him terribly. So very terribly. Those of you who are here from the flea market, this was his life, man. He went out there, he wanted to see people and meet people and be with people all the time. My wish for him in his afterlife is forever angelic youth with ears to hear the beautiful sounds of heaven and for eternity. Ray, you live in the hearts of every person here, every person who knew you, and you will be with each of us always. I look forward to meeting you again down the road somewhere. Until then, I will remember you and thank God for having had you in my life, because even if it was only for that little while. I love you, Donna.